Vivo got the Midas touch.
Hey y'all, it's Lady J and I'm back here again with another video. So today we're going to talk about marketing. I'm going to break it down in two parts for you guys, and first we're going to do the spiritual part, then in my part two I'm going to break it down logically. So I wanted to get into the spiritual part because I found most of my success in business through my personal relationships and people that I've known and encountered and had a positive vibe with. And for those of you who don't know, from my Instagram, I'm a student at University of Michigan. I'm a psychology student. I have my associate's arts degree and I'm working on my master's now. I did a mental health workshop a few weeks ago and it was amazing. We had a bunch of breakthroughs, and I want to touch on the things that I taught in that workshop because the things that I've learned spiritually and mentally also have been big factors in my business. So when I did my workshop, I spoke a lot about spiritual health, cultural wellness, and different things that really helped me, and I want to break them down here with you guys today. So I'm going to touch on 3 of them today, and then we're going to go from there. So intellectual, spiritual, and emotional wellness. Okay, that's what we're going to touch on today. Okay, so for my intellectual wellness, basically what I taught in this workshop was that intellectual wellness are the things that you take in your environment that help you, that feed your brain, that feed your mind, that help you along this journey. And this is a really big part of your mental health. And it relates to marketing because the things that you take in, you can also output them in a different way in your business. So for example, I have always just loved business books and love books on mental health. So when I would go through something, I would revert back to the books and then go from take the things that I've learned from those books and I would apply it to my business. So for example, if I go through a problem with a family member, I would transmute that energy and I would go and learn as much as I can about it and how to solve these problems, and I would apply it to my client or customer that I'm looking for. And I've learned that throughout business, this has helped me so much because I've learned how to gauge different people and different things and understand exactly where the need is for me to fill in marketing. You can start out big so that you can find your purpose point. And you can find the point that works for you, that you can just run off of it and you would never go without that. It's a very abundant mindset, and that's why it's so important to have this. So for me, with my transportation, the niche that I found and the PowerPoint that I found and my purpose point that I found in my business was that I was a people's person. And I found this out early on, and it has allowed me to market to people in such a unique way. Like I was able to use the things that I knew intellectually in order to get and retain customers. Like I would have rides, y'all, and I would it's just so freaking mind-blowing. Like I would do rides and people would just feel so comfortable opening up to me, being on this vulnerable journey with me. Now mind you, when I'm doing transportation, a lot of the clients that I get, they would be in a vulnerable state because it started off as people just needing rides. But when I got clients that, pay more money and stuff and were more value to my business, they still were able to open up. Because at first I thought that, this is just something that, when I find people in a vulnerable space and they need a ride, they're going through something in the moment, I'm just there. But no, when I went to people that were actually put together, they were well fed, they had everything going on for themselves, they still were able to appreciate this value that I brought to my business intellectually. And it was so crazy because you see those memes all the time where they're like, I just want my Uber to be quiet. And it's like I always got to that deeper level with people, and I was able to use the things that I found out intellectually in order to help me grow and market my business. And this even goes into when I meet with business partners, we are able to go on a deeper level because of my background and the things that I went through and understand and study in psychology. I was able to retain clients for a long period of time based off having that connection and relationship with them, and this meant so much to me. And that even goes into whatever type of creative form that you have, because it's also important. So we're going to speak on financial. It's very important whether your business is a spiritual or I'm going to call it an analytical business as well, because then you can also find those different PowerPoints that work for you. So for me, and we're going to call them purpose points. So you can find them different purpose. Y'all got to see the lip. Hold on. I love it. It's by a Black owned company. Okay. So I was able to find those different purpose points, and you can do this too. So find the thing about you that's like, it comes to you naturally, and use this to your advantage to market in your company. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid, because as you're selling your company, you're also marketing yourself as well. People are getting to know you, especially when you go out and you make contracts, you make connections, you make calls. You're selling your personality as well and the person that you are. So it's best to start off doing something that you actually love. I naturally love love talking to people. It comes from my background of like, I did a march on Washington with a group called BAM, and that just was like an opportunity that I just fell into, but I was so open to and I was so cool with it, and it was a very intimate thing for the group, but I was able to go and learn and build on that intellectual value, which in turn allowed me to build the skills to go door to door and do sales, which in turn allowed me to go to my church and be able to sell music, and which in turn allowed me to in the future be able to have the confidence to do music because of this skill. So when you're thinking about your marketing, don't only think of it in one avenue, think of it in every purpose point that you can hit, so that you can always grow yourself as you grow your business, and that will touch on everything for you spiritually. So when we're going into the spiritual aspect of marketing, this can go two ways, and I'm also going to touch in this when I break it down logically as well. So if you have a spiritual based business, this is just an amazing thing to have, because you can use those gifts, skills, and talents in order to incorporate them into your business. A lot of times we see people that start up spiritual businesses, and a lot of people have like nonprofit organizations and things like that, but you can offer something in your business that fits you spiritually as well. For me, I'm really big on the bag. I'm really big on financial gain. So when I would talk to people, we always talk about the progression of life, because who doesn't want to progress their life? We always get really deep into how people can and this is what I'm talking about. Like, I light up when I think about this. I light up, and it makes me feel like I can run off of, like, I don't need a script, because it's like I feel it so naturally in my soul that, and we're talking about it spiritually. So I just feel it naturally. And that's how I want you ladies to be able to cultivate that and get that and find your purpose point. I'm telling y'all, you will be able to, it's no running on fumes. It's such an abundant mindset, and it's something that once you grasp spiritually, I promise you will never let it go. Because whatever business that you decide to start, once you have that aspect in it that you can do something that you love and you don't have to be a slave to it, the door is open. I'm telling you, the doors will open. It was at a point in my life where I was in a transition in my life where I found my best customer, and I was in a transition as I wasn't even being strategic. I was more so just waking up and enjoying the ride. And I think that's a really big part of the spiritual aspect of it as well, is just waking up, enjoying the ride, enjoying what you do, loving what you do, knowing that you're making an impact. Because if it's spiritually fulfilling to you, those doors are gonna fly open. Like, every time, they're just gonna fly open. I feel like in the times where I was more so, in survival mode, like, I have to make money. Who doesn't have to make money? We have to do this, especially in marketing. Like, you have to support yourself, especially with inflation. Like, I already know it's really hard right now for a lot of people, but you attract people that are already abundant when you just stop thinking so strategically all the time. Now, make room for your strategic moves and write down a plan. You have to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you allow yourself to flow, and when you allow yourself, and shout out to Alexis too, because her video really inspired me. But in my business, it's like the moment, it was Christmas time and everything. It was like this time last year. And this was a year-long contract, y'all. Like, my longest contract. It was amazing. When I sat and allowed myself to flow with it, it's like being myself in my company allowed me to attract so many positive people, so many positive minds, to where I was able to feel different needs of people. And because, like I said in my last video, you never know when your business is spiritual for other people as well. Like, you may go into a thing like, oh, I'm just marketing, it's not. But when it's certain points that you hit on that people will really be able to relate to. For me, a lot of my partners that I have contracts with, we'll do like rides for each other. We'll like get each other business. We'll do events together and stuff like that, so that we can cultivate like an abundance of people. And doing this, I found that women were more attracted to my style of doing business. Women were way more attracted to it. It's like I always would get people that would request me, and like my favorite client, she got to the point to where she told me, she was like, I want you, like, because of the way I marketed myself was, hey, I'm being real with you, I'm letting you know who I am. I truly and genuinely care about my clients, and I want you to feel as comfortable as possible, and I'm gonna open up to you, you're open up to me. Like, it was amazing, and it was so inspiring to me, because I think sometimes as entrepreneurs, if we don't go back to our roots of things, which is your spiritual understanding of why you even started this business in the first place, especially when you're doing your marketing, I think that we can lose our fuel for it. I think that sometimes I ask God, like, how come I don't have more help? How come I don't have this? How come I don't have that? And it's like the moment that I accept that things are good the way that they are, things are growing the way that they are, people are seeing me. No matter what you think, people see you. You market on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and I promise you, people see you. Even if it's just one person, just know that you putting out something that's so valuable, such as your spirit, into your business, that automatically attracts the type of people that want to support your business. That automatically attracts good people and long-term clients. So when you market yourself, be very aware of what you want to do. So that goes into your niche too, because for so long I was the $5 ride, y'all. Like, I was the girl back in the day where you like, oh, I got $5 for gas, I'm coming, like, I was a teen with a lot of time on my hands when I initially started doing transportation. And when I started in marketing, I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm going to take what I can get. But I've learned that spiritually, I aligned with certain people, and I started learning myself through my business as well. And y'all, I got to get deep on the spiritual part, because it's so real. I started aligning and attracting certain people in my business that I never thought would be my client. Like, I had one lady who, I was doing a ride for her. She was such a sweet, it was a couple of them, but she was such a sweet lady. And she told me, she was like, I'm retired. My kids are rich. They're doing good. I have nothing to worry about. We were just getting deep, and she was telling me about life. And she asked me, she was like, can you teach me how to drive? She was like, I would pay you to teach me how to drive. Like, I just feel really comfortable with you. You're a really great driver. Like, you're just like, you're a vibe. You're a naturally good person. It's cool. And it was like, man, I think a lot of times we get so caught up in, like, I'm big on professionalism. I'm big on respect. I'm very big on respect. But I think sometimes if we get caught up in being that persona in our business, that we lose sight of the genuine aspects and the spiritual aspects of being in our business. And that's what allows us to burn out. Because if you have to be a robot and be like, beep, 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 I'm outside, it's like you don't get to tap into that part of you that's like, I'm here for a reason. I showed up today for a reason. I don't care what you're doing in your business. Show up every day as if you're spiritually aligned and doing what you're supposed to do. The money is going to come. I'm telling you, show up every day as if you're spiritually aligned for what you want to do, and the money will come every time. And I promise you're going to be well taken care of, because today attention is the new currency. And that goes back to with marketing. Attention is the new currency. So just understand that blessings come in different ways when your business is grounded on the foundation of having a good spirit. And I feel like this is what fills me up, because there's so many things I've done in my life that just drained me so much, and they were for a check. It was like, okay, I'm the bag lady, but this is the spiritual bag, the mental bag, the financial bag, the intellectual bag, the cultural bag. Like, it's so many bags out there, and our goal is to figure out how we're going to overflow these cups. Our goal is to let them flow. Stop worrying about how you're going to be perceived if you go deep in your business. So when you're putting your spirit into it, don't worry. Those people are going to be attracted to you. And I'm talking to somebody right now. Like, I'm talking to myself as well. Don't worry about how people are going to perceive you. Don't be scared to get out there and make that move in your business, so that you're inspiring other people. You never know who's watching. So when you're marketing yourself, do it with the best of yourself. Do it out of your heart. Do it out of your hurt. Transmute that energy. Change that energy around and turn it into something positive, because I promise you can change somebody's life, and in turn that will change your life. So those are the 3 I'm gonna touch on today. It's 9 spiritual bags that I want to talk about all in all, and I'm referencing from a mental health workshop that I did, and I want to touch on those. So we're gonna get into it. And I'm telling y'all, even with music, like, I'm really getting into it with music too. But y'all see, yeah, let me know if y'all want a Bagg Ladies shirt. Yeah, okay. But y'all, I'm just telling y'all, like, it just allows me to feel like I'm in my purpose. And that's why I made the video. You guys can go watch it. I believe it's 3 ways to know if you're in your purpose, but I'm going to link it down below, and it's going to pop up at the end, a little screen. But I'm just telling you, when you do something that you love, you're never going to run out. Like, all the energy that you need is going to come straight from the source. It's never going to run out. So I think that's just very important, y'all. And I want y'all to just be blessed. I pray for success in your business. I pray for success with yourself and on your spiritual journey. Get your bag, girl. Get your bag. Spiritual, mental, physical, cultural. Get your bag, okay? Fill your bag up. Overflow your cup, okay? Because it's coming, y'all. It's coming. I will be dropping another video in the next few days. I love y'all. All right.